Welcome to English Through Experience. This is a video for Edexcel GCSE English language students doing paper 1 section A. This time we're looking at question 4, which is also sometimes known as the evaluation question, and we're using A Christmas Carol as our text. So question 4, 15 marks, so it's really important that you do as well as possible here and that you make sure you leave enough time for it. Now this video is going to be slightly different to the previous ones in this little collection. It's a bit longer and it's more about you doing some note taking. So if you can get your equipment ready and be prepared to pause the video, it'll help you get the most out of it. So, first thing I would say is that when the examiners are looking at this particular task, what they are trying to do is reward responses that evaluate how successfully the purpose of something is achieved. So you're going to get a statement. So this time it is, in this extract, there is an attempt to show two very different points of view. Evaluate how successfully this is achieved. So we're looking to award you marks based on your understanding and the argument that you can put forward regarding how successful or unsuccessful the writer has been in terms of conveying what is in the statement. Okay, so get your head around that little bit, and then the other thing they're going to have is the ability to credit you in terms of your references to the writer's techniques as long as they are supporting your evaluation. So they're relating to this judgment of the text, this judgment here being that the writer's attempting to show two very different points of view. Okay, so you can talk about techniques as long as they are focused in on evaluating how true or false the statement you've been given is. Then they're going to have a list of bullet points that relate to this specific text that you've been looking at. What we're going to do now is just quickly whip through the level 5 descriptor. So, the descriptor is just a description of what level 5 work will be like. So, this is work that would have received 13 to 15 marks. Yeah? So, it's the top grades. It's level 5, but it's the top grades, so you're 8 and 9. So, we've got 3 bullet points. Evaluate ideas, events, themes or settings. So there's going to be some evaluation of some of those things within the response. There's going to be a sustained and detached critical overview and judgment about the text. So this detached critical overview means that it's not your sort of personal opinions, but it is your argument in the same breath, but you don't get personally involved. So it's best to write in the third person and always give evidence for the things that you are saying. So this leads to the third bullet point, which is the selection of references is appropriate and discriminating and is persuasive in clarifying the points being made. So it just basically means you pick carefully and the quotes that you use are the best ones to argue your point. Right, let's have a look then at our extract and see if you can start to put some ideas together. I'm not reading it out in full, but you can see the extract in the description box below. So if you haven't already looked at it, you do need to pause and read that now. And then we want to try and think about what the ideas and themes are in relation to these different points of view. So we've got to work out what are those different points of view. And it is pretty straightforward here. Scrooge hates Christmas with a passion, and his nephew has nothing but positive things to say about it. So we've got those two extreme views there, and we can think about the different themes that relate to those views. So money could be seen as a theme here. Scrooge is obsessed with how much Christmas costs, where his nephew believes that it's a time for being charitable. So we've got another example of a difference there. And we've already thought about the ideas and the themes. In terms of setting, this is a slightly different one. Quite often people think of settings as being literal places, but here the setting is the time of year. It's Christmas time. So the fact that it's set at Christmas creates almost like a pressure cooker. So these two extreme points of view can be seen in even more detail and depth because of what's happening at this point in time. So hopefully that's starting to get you to think about the kind of things that the examiner's looking for. So let's have a look at some quotes that show this passion on both sides. So I'd say we go for this part up here, the fact that lovely Scrooge believes that anybody who says Merry Christmas should be boiled and have a stake of holly through their heart. So very nice there, very extreme, that kind of dark imagery of death, of stakes, of being buried, of being boiled, so murderous. He's that passionate in his hatred that he's able to provide this quite detailed description of what he thinks should happen to these innocent people. Whereas at the end here, we've got a list being used to show how passionate Scrooge's nephew is about Christmas, and seeing it as a very positive time. And we can also see a direct comparison here, and noticing something like this is what's going to elevate your work up into sort of grade 8 and 9. Now, we talked about death up here, people being buried with a stake of holly through their hearts, according to Scrooge. But then down here, his nephew talks about the fact that Christmas is a time where people see other people's humanity, and to think of people below them as if they were really were fellow passengers to the grave, not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. So they both actually refer to death in order to express their very different views about Christmas. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I think there's quite a lot to take on. Try and just find texts like this and talk about them in the way that I've done, just thinking, what can I see about the ideas here? What are the events? So I didn't really talk about that, but this time it's just a heated debate, a conversation going on. And then we thought about the themes and we thought about the settings. So have a go at that yourself and let me know how you get on. Use the comment section below. And thanks as always for watching. I really hope you found this little bit of practice useful with A Christmas Carol. And if there's any other videos you'd like to see, please get in touch. But bear in mind, this video's coming out the week of the exams, so I won't have a lot of time. Alright then, best of luck with that revision and bye for now.